Let's be real. If you've been playing mobile football games for the last decade, Dream League Soccer was probably your first love. It was fast, it was offline, and it worked on any device, even potato ones. But in 2026, the tides have shifted. Whilst DLS is still hanging on to what made it good, Efootball and FC Mobile are pulling ahead in player numbers and overall quality, which are making them great. Today, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why the kings of console or the rulers of console are finally coming to mobile and possibly taking over DLS, which has been in the competition for years. Moving over to the first point is the engine and graphics gap. For years, DLS has stayed relevant because it was lightweight, but with phones getting more powerful, players want realism and engaging gameplay, and eFootball and FC do that better than DLS. eFootball uses a modified Unreal Engine that brings console level lighting and physics to mobile, which is actually fantastic. Every tackle feels weighty and the ball moves arguably fast and realistic. And eFootball is the best mobile game on the market right now, and no doubt in terms of gameplay. While FC has doubled down on immersion, we're talking 60 FPS gameplay, detailed stadiums, and 3D model players that look like their actual counterparts or their real life counterparts. And let's not talk about the rest that make FC great. We'll talk about that in the next stage. Whilst DLS looks better than previous versions, the 2026, it's still using an aging engine. The animations can feel a bit robotic compared to the motion captured fluidity of eFootball and FC. And DLS has stayed the same, no massive jumps like eFootball. Now we got hair physics moving and all that. That's lacking in DLS, guys. Moving over to the next point is the licensing powerhouse. Let's talk about the authenticity factor, which makes eFootball and FC Mobile good. Well, eFootball is limited with few clubs like Barcelona, Manchester United, Arsenal, Inter Milan, and the list goes on. They also have the licensed stadiums of those teams, and yeah, it's actually good. And yeah, FC Mobile is the undisputed king here. They have the Champions League license, the Premier League, the La Liga, and the list goes on. When you play, you're playing with the real kits, the real trophies, and possibly the real stadiums in FC. And there are a lot of things to do here. You can play the Champions League tournament. You can customize anything you want. League Soccer, on the other hand, has FIFA licenses for players, which is great, don't get me wrong. But the lack of official team kits on stadium makes the game feel like a knockoff to eFootball and FC Mobile once you've experienced the presentation and gameplay and all the other features that they have to offer. DLS is very bare bones compared to them. Moving over to the part that really brings in the players, which is the live events or the career mode that Dream League Soccer has to offer. This is where the player base really shifts. What FC and eFootball are kind of like live service games. In fact, they are live service games. On the content, they offer hooks players for hours of gameplay a day, especially FC Mobile. They offer daily missions in which players have to complete it every day to get bigger rewards in the future. Now, DLS has something similar, but it lacks the depth that FC Mobile offers. eFootball is kind of bare bones, but there are different modes to choose from, like the eFootball League and the live events they bring in every week. Plus, they have My League now, which is actually fantastic. I don't play it actually. DLS, on the other hand, focuses on career mode, which when you experience it at once, it's all rinse and repeat. So they tend to lose players over time when they release new games like the new DLS 26. They do have DLS Live, but also lacks depth, and the rewards are not actually worth it for people to grind that much about it. The biggest pro for Dream League Soccer was that even you have the potatoest device in the wall, you could still run it, and that worked because the people that played DLS were mostly Asians and Africans, which we know, we are not the wealthiest. But now almost everyone has at least a capable device that can run DLS smoothly without lag or anything. But DLS has been the same for 15 years back. Same celebrations, same coach reactions, and now of course they have added a few improvements, but there are very few little to what the players are gonna like. And FC and Efootball are optimizing their game, so most of their fans could play the game regardless of what phone they have. Now of course having a better device equals better performance, but you still have the same game, which is a W. Plus both Efootball and FC are better looking than DLS. Dream League Soccer actually dead? No, it is not. In fact, it's still the best for a quick offline match on a flight or on a wall with bad internet, don't get me wrong. But if you want true football simulation, competitive and world-class presentation, then eFootball and FC Mobile are simply the go-to here. If DLS wants to catch up, they need to reinvent the wheel, add features that actually will bring in players, improve their gameplay, overhaul everything that is making the game look bad. They have okay graphics, but they can improve on that. Let me know in the comments which game you prefer and why you prefer it.